And anyways, that was the best day of my life. Okay, and we're back. What else is going on? I just read that the guy who runs the Tropicana quit, which is sad news because we actually thought the Tropicana might go somewhere this year.
I hadn't heard that. Where'd you hear that?
I saw it in the RJ. It says that Tom McCartney has resigned as. They actually have a typo in the Review Journal, but it says he's
that
resigned
almost never happens.
As resigned as president and chief operating officer of Tropicana. He was brought in. He had a pretty good background. As a
How long has he been there?
He was brought in. He hired him in December of 2009 to oversee the hotel's $165 million renovation.
So he's been there a couple of years.
Yeah, been there a couple of years. He was at Planet Hollywood for 10 months as president over there. He was executive VP at Luxor, senior VP at New York. So this guy's got some juice. But apparently he couldn't. It's weird.
Or actually, it could just be that he's annoyed with, the board or the management that he has to deal with because he obviously has some street credibility.
Yeah.
Knows how to run a casino.
Yeah.
Has been in high level positions. My guess is he may have just said, "I'm done." Right? I don't want to deal with these people anymore.
Well, he may recognize there might be problems. I mean, every time we're in there, it looks good, but the Nikki Beach thing or the club Nikki's not working out. No, they just hired a new guy to do that work, and apparently he's
do what work?
Club Nikki. And
I thought they closed it.
No, they didn't close it. They just kicked out the Nikki Beach people. But it's still running. As a matter of fact, they had a big party there.
Are they still going to call it Club Nikki?
I don't think so.
So Nikki Beach will be gone too?
Yeah. Nikki Beach will be gone.
Interesting.
Well, I don't know actually if Nikki Beach is going to be gone, but look at that. That's fun. But something. Who knows what's going to happen there? But that's bad news. No one likes to see that.
Right.
Now, on the positive front, I got to play around at G2E last week, which was really fascinating for me.
Well, you'd been there before and walked around.
No,
right?
I've never been to G2E.
Really? I thought, you know what? In past year, you've had accessibility, but didn't go.
No, never to G2E. I've had it to
maybe CES?
like CES and to NAB and those places, but I've never had access to G2E. And so this was a whole new thing for me. I had never been there before, but I've always been kind of curious about it, right? Because, this is the gaming capital of the world, right? blah, blah, blah. So what was cool was I actually got a gig working, of all things, at G2E, working for, of all places, the largest gaming concern in the world, which is pretty cool. A company here called IGT, International Game Technology, hired me to do this was really cool. They wanted to do in-booth live video, which I've always thought was a good idea if you've got enough things going on in the booth. Now, if you've got a 10 by 10 booth and there's nothing going on,
right,
live video is bad news. But if you've got, these guys had like a 120 foot by 120 foot, it was the biggest booth on the floor. It was about a city block, felt like. And what they did was, well, first of all, I'll kind of give you some behind the scenes look here. So
you got some pics?
Yeah, fancy, big giant booth, and they put you in this little room with a bunch of other guys. There were a bunch of guys sitting around, had some camera guys and a lighting guy. And that was my little corner there. And you see, we had two TriCasters. We had an 850, which is the same one that we use in the Las Vegas, or in the Vegas Video Network studio. And then above that, we had a new 300 that we just recently bought for a new show that we're going to launch next week. So I had that as a backup. And then on the right side, what you're seeing there is actually a camera feed for a remote control camera that we had in the booth up on the trusses. So we could, either one of the camera guys or I could take this camera, which had a 360-degree deal, all HD. It had like a 20x zoom. It was unbelievable. And we could follow people around the booth. Yeah, I literally could read anybody's name badge anywhere in the booth.
Did you actually follow people around?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
why would you follow them?
Something to do. It was fun. Most of the video we played was
Like
pre-recorded.
cute girls and stuff?
Or crazy people. Most of the video we played was a roll of new games that these has. It was like an hour of a bunch of videos of new stuff. But what I was asked to do, kind of like the technical director, was to run those. And then every hour we did this thing where we did a countdown. IGT has this software, this server-based software that it reconfigures a bunch of machines. And so we did this countdown on the big screen, and all these lights went to the server-based software, and we watched that happen live. And then I was given latitude to, if I saw something happen in the booth that I thought was interesting, I could just take it live in the middle of the video. So I was watching that little guy over there, that little screen on the left-hand side, just to see if we find anything. And we're here with the joystick, and we're zooming in.
So
and
you would
zooming
find
out.
stuff, and then you just hit a button.
And we'd take it.
Huh.
Like there was a professional poker player in there, Fuller, Janice Fuller, I forget her name, and our camera was basically right on top of him playing online poker. And she's a professional poker player. She just beat the hell out of everybody basically every hour. But we got to come in there and we could zoom in and watch that going on. And
That's neat.
Dan Aykroyd was in the booth, and so we got a chance to see Dan. And his they launched a Ghostbuster game, and so the Ghostbuster mobile, the Ectomobile or whatever it was called, was there. And
Well, I went over to the show. I got my picture taken too with the ectoplasma
oh, did you?
car. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I should ask someone to send it to me that was there with me.
It was pretty cool to see. One of the fun things we got to do is do things like this. They had, that shot was done out of from the TriCaster in the back room, and that's they had a big announcement IGT did for a big gig over in Holland, which
That looks
is
great.
groovy.
I like how you have breaking news there.
Thank you. I did that.
Did you just whip that up?
Yeah. And huge booth. And actually, they did something that I thought was pretty nice. They mocked up a kind of an idea from when Steve Jobs died, and so I helped create that.
Oh,
little
he died.
graphic.
He passed away during G2.
Right. So we put that up there, and
That's
it was
nice.
it
That's
was interesting.
classy.
Yeah, a lot of people stopped to take a picture of that shot. Is there somebody there doing it? No.
That's pretty
But
classy.
we saw a
though.
lot of people. And then occasionally what was fun with that is the camera was situated so I could see people as they were watching the big screen. Now, this screen was like 25 feet wide. It was very large. So I could see people
It was
watching.
like a jumbotron.
Yeah, it was huge. It was the biggest screen in the whole show. And what was fun to do, now I usually did this when it was later at night. I didn't want to get in trouble, was someone would be looking at it, and then I'd zoom the camera in on them and take it so they would see themselves.
Did they freak out?
Yeah, a couple times.
Just
It was mostly,
at a sporting event, right?
it was mostly.
Did they wave and stuff?
Sometimes when they'd point. It was mostly I would do it with IGT employees. Like at the end of the show, people were kind of hanging out before they're ready to take off, that kind of stuff.
That's fun.
So they go like this, they'd wave, and there's a slight delay, so people would be like, they start waving their hands and trying to see what was going on. It was really pretty cool. They had this one game, my favorite game there. They had a couple, but my favorite game was this. What was it called? Big Buck Hunter. I think that's what it's called. Pro, and love this. This is what you need in a casino: guns. So this game, it's a casino game, and they've got this rifle attached to it. It was so much fun watching people play this. We had some great video of people, pulling the gun out and shooting deer and antelope.
Did you get to play it?
No, I didn't get to play anything. I was in that room basically
You were
all the
working.
time. But hysterical watching people shooting these animals on this giant floor. It was really, really fun.
Did you put that on the screen?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
One of
that's
them I couldn't see one of the games, so we sent out we had a cameraman, a roving cameraman, and so we sent him out and took some B-roll basically of people doing that.
Did you get to go around and see any of the other?
I didn't see anything. I literally, the call time was 7:30. I'd be there in 7:30 in that room. I'd get out there at 5:30. No break, no lunch.
Jeez, you were working hard.
Yeah, it was, but it was really fun seeing the excitement, and it was pretty cool. So that was G2E. It was busy, a lot of people there, got a lot of press. I think IGT did well there. They seemed to be happy with what was going on.
I bet it was because of your video.
I think it probably was. And then the other thing that we did this past, it was a couple weeks now, I guess. We went to see the Justin Timberlake Friends and Old School Jam. But before we did that, we decided to go to one of our favorite places to eat, a little place called P.F. Chang's. And,
we did. Well, we were meeting some folks there.
Right, Dennis and Paula, and having a little dinner over there. And I don't know if you've mentioned this before on the show, but Melissa is allergic to shellfish.
We think.
Well, and that's based upon past experience. Now, this is BS before Scott.
Yeah, BS before Scott. It was really bad.
Real bad.
And I had to go to the hospital.
Choky, gaggy, throat closing. Thought you were going to die. Right. And so we're sitting there having our rum and cokes and our, fatty Asian food as you should have at the P.F. Chang's, and we're enjoying each other's company and talking.
Including sweet and sour pork.
And sweet and sour pork, which I ordered, so this is my fault. And all of a sudden,
oh my
Melissa,
God! When Heather and Savannah find out about this, they're gonna crack
give
up.
me a bunch of crap.
Yep.
Melissa kind of.
You really want my life insurance money? I was always kidding about that.
I do want it.
I better change my beneficiary. Now that I got to thinking about it.
No, don't worry about it. It's okay. Give yourself to me. So she's eating, and then she kind of slows down for a moment, and I look over, and she's got rather saucer-like eyes on, and she goes, "What is this?" And it was a curly-cued kind of piece of meat.
But should have been a hint to me.
Right. So it was a little piece of curly-cued meat, and this is sweet and sour pork.
Yeah, but I didn't know if that was like the fatty piece. I didn't know. I didn't really know.
Well, come to find out, it was shrimp. And so she took a big bite, about that much of shrimp. Took it. Did you swallow it?
Yeah, I ate it.
Ate that bad boy. So then we got to play Will Melissa Die before going to see Justin Timberlake.
I was very concerned because I just didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, I literally have not eaten a piece of shrimp since, I don't know.
10 years at least.
Oh, more than 10 years. Maybe 14 years?
Yeah, a long time. So
it was really an extreme reaction the last time,
So we were all waiting for her to stop breathing and choke and have bodily issues. And so we just kind of waited. Now, here's what I will say. P.F. Chang's, I thought, handled it amazingly well.
I agree.
Amazingly well.
I mean, a manager came over straight away.
Like a manager and somebody else came.
Well, you don't expect to have shrimp in your sweet and sour pork.
Right. So we were, the people we were with, especially the gal we were with, have no tolerance for that kind of thing.
Well, I think she was really concerned, and she just wanted to make sure I got taken care of.
Right. So,
that was really sweet of her.
Yeah, it was. We were concerned naturally, but we just watched. We stood there. We waited for about a half hour or so, and like I said, the manager came over. Are you okay? Started taking notes. What were you eating? How long has it been? They comped the whole meal, which you would pretty much expect them to do, and they did. And we just kind of waited to see if Melissa would allow me to make a lot of money, but no, she was okay, thank God.
Well, we went and got Benadryl.
Right, and we were told to get Benadryl because that helps, not be sick, I guess.
Allergies. It's for allergy medicine.
Right, so
antihistamine.
We went out and bought some Benadryl, and you took some of that at the ABC store.
Yeah, I did get a little sick, very mildly sick at the concert.
Like belly sick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, the last time I ate shrimp, I really did think that I was going to die. It was very scary. And I was very alarmed. It really kind of jammed me up a little bit.
What do you mean jammed you up?
It was really a little.
Oh, for how long? When did you stop being worried?
Well, into the show.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Good. So she's alive. Look at her. Yay! Which means that we can have shrimp.
Well, you know what it means is I got to go get tested and see what's going on. So that's on my agenda for the year.
Yeah, it's. But
can you have allergies and grow out of them?
I think so. You grew into them.
Well, what's interesting is I never really ate shrimp as a kid, And then for 3 or 4 years, I ate shrimp, not to excess or anything, but I would eat it. Like, I love shrimp scampi.
Right.
So I would eat shrimp, and I would have crab and things like that. But I've never tasted lobster, for instance. And anyway, so I ate it for 3 or 4 years and then had this really, really bad reaction. And so I never had it again. And I also have never really formally been tested.
Right.
But I've had different episodes where I've gone to steak restaurants and had a bad reaction. And all I've had was steak. And I assumed it was because they may have cooked the steak where they had cooked shrimp or some other shellfish.
Because you're whenever we go out to eat, you're always very
I
clear
try
about
to
that.
always tell them, hey, I'm allergic. Don't grill my steak where
next to
shrimp
the
was.
shrimp guys.
But I had just a very mild reaction.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna have a shrimp of the Barbie.
I'm gonna
weekend.
go get tested. It's
Ted just said he's had the food allergy test. It's no big deal.
Yeah, I need to go.
So do it. So then from there we decided to go and see our buddy Justin. Now we have never talked about this.
Justin's on my list.
This is what we've talked about talking about it. But Justin Timberlake is on Melissa's list.
I just think he is.
What list?
He's that
the
list.
The
He's
list
a hot
that
tamale.
If hot tamale Justin were to approach Melissa, which I believe is a rule, he has to approach her.
I don't think that's part of the rule. I think I could approach him.
Okay, maybe.
The thing is, if you ever had the opportunity,
If you have the opportunity to have
intimate relations,
carnal knowledge with Justin Timberlake, she's allowed to do so, and the marriage will remain intact. Because it's such an opportunity, I, as a loving and great husband, would allow that to happen.
Right.
I, of course, don't have a list because
Oh,
I'm
Bull, you do
completely
too
satisfied with my wife.
You do too. You have a much
I believe
larger
George
list.
Clooney's on your list as well.
Yes,
George
he is.
and
I like
Brad Pitt.
No,
He's a little dirty, a little greasy.
I like Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper. So you got Brad Cooper, Justin Timberlake, and George Clooney.
Yeah, and there's one more.
One more.
Yeah.
I think 3 should be the
I thought that it
number.
usually was 10.
10.
Yeah.
Nobody has 10 people on their I can have sex list. Oh my God,
No, I do.
Melissa.
I think it's 10.
It's
I think it's
3.
10. No.
It's 3. Jackie has Hugh Jackman. Nah.
No, but I think I told Jackie who my other person was.
I think 3.
Bradley Cooper. When we were watching.
What did you watch? What Bradley Cooper on?
I watched Thor.
Thor. There's nobody of any value.
No,
nobody,
that's what I'm saying.
Nobody on Thor gets on your list. That's all B and
Thor
C level.
was pretty cute, but
B
that's
level.
not.
It's got to be worth it.
That's not
Come
who
on.
it was, but he's pretty hot. The Thor guy's hot. I know who it was.
Oh my God, Jackie's saying it's a list of 10 people. You're full of crap, Jackie.
See,
it's 3 people.
it is. It's 10 people.
No, man, that's not right. That's not. But I don't have anybody on my list because again, I'm completely satisfied with my marriage.
That's such a bull.
Anyway, so because Justin is on the list, we decided to go see Justin. There he is, that little blurry bastard.
Well, Wayne Brady was the co-host with him. They did a great job, I thought.
There's Justin Timberlake.
And we like us some old school jam.
It was at the performance. I can't believe you want 10 people on your sex list.
Does this have you all jammed up?
Yes, it does. It's unbelievable.
I don't have that many on the list.
When we started dating, do you want to tell everybody how many people you said you had sex with?
No.
It was a huge number. It's unbelievable.
Every time you ask me, it's going to keep
I
going
know.
up, too.
1,000, some crazy number. It makes me cry every time I talk about it. Now you want 10 people on your list. Believable.
I just want you to know that in my head, I was assuming I could have 10, but I don't have 10.
You can't have 10.
I can have
3.
10. But I know for sure there's
3 for
4.
you,
There's
none
4,
for me.
but I can't think of who the last one is. That's not true. You do have them.
Can you think of anybody on my list? No.
Jennifer Aniston.
One person on my list.
If I can think of one, there's more.
One person. I think she's crazy as a frickin' loon. But I'd have to.
Aguilera?
I have to. She's off my list. She used to be on my list. She's a hot little monkey. She's gotten a little crazy.
No, there's others.
But Jennifer.
Every once in a while, you'll be like, she's on my list.
Yeah. That
She's on
Kunis
my
girl is kind of cute.
Keebler?
Keebler? No, Kunis. She was in
Oh, yeah, Mila.
Mila. Yeah, she's a hot little monkey. Easy.
At least
But it's
mine
two.
are of age.
It's two. You're of age? Yeah, Mila Kunis.
Barely.
Yeah, come on. I would give her a little bit of.
Mine are adults, at least.
So are mine.
Barely.
Jennifer Aniston?
One.
She's 40-something.
One.
Right.
All the rest are little
Mina
girls.
Kunis is probably late 20s. There's a lot of guys my age hanging out with 20-year-olds. Happens
Oh, yeah, and they're classy.
all the time.
Hey,
It is classy. Anyways.
You know who I forgot to mention? You know who I saw at G2E?
Who?
Steve Wynn.
Oh, really? Did he look blind?
Yep.
Oh, no shit. Really?
Did I not tell you this story?
He did.
He was kind of being escorted around, but anyways, sidebar.
Steve Barr. Is he on your list?
No.
Good, thank God. He wouldn't know it. You could say that was me, Steve. Now give me $2 million. I got a little network I want you to invest in. You've just had sex with me.
All right, shall we continue?
Let's.
Old school jams. Who is your favorite?
Mina is 28, by the way, close to 30, which means she's right there.
Wow.
All right.
So
Anyway,
almost the same age as your daughters. Good job.
Oh, they're older than my daughters, and that was
Barely.
uncalled for, wasn't it? Anyway, so we hung out with he who is on the list. He will remain nameless. Meanwhile, I have a classy and very short list. This was at the Performing Arts place over at Hollywood, our Planet Hollywood, which we've been to that place many times before, as in once or twice maybe. We saw Dennis,
Yeah, maybe
comedy
we went to
guy.
Miss America.
and we saw Rod. That was
Bad.
terrible. God, it was horrible.
Hey, so
Dennis,
who was your favorite act?
Dennis who? Well, I'm going to go over it. So it was pretty cool. It's kind of an old school jam. They actually called it an old school jam, and it was really happening.
I really liked it.
So and that's a pretty good venue. We were up in the top, and on
I like
those
Charlie
seats.
Wilson.
See, I didn't like that guy. Was that guy the guy who kept saying "Say my name," saying Charlie Wilson? That guy?
Yeah, but
annoyed the crap out of me.
He drops a bomb on me,
No,
baby.
yeah, but
he was in the Gap Band.
Yeah, but he kept saying
He annoyed you, but
what's I doing? Check out my Facebook page.
Okay, but his show.
He did have a good suit. It was all lit up and
His show
shiny.
performance was excellent.
Pretty good. So who do we
high
saw?
energy.
But I'll tell you
Running around.
one of my favorite
We
bands
missed
to
the
watch.
Commodores.
Right.
It lasted a long time.
It did.
It
It
went
was like
from
4
8.
hours.
We left after midnight,
Yeah,
and it was still going.
Yeah. So we missed Commodores. We missed Vanilla Ice.
I have to say, I really would have liked to have seen Vanilla Ice and the Commodores. Wouldn't you?
I would have liked to have seen. Yeah, I'd like to see them both.
Did you see anything about how they were? And did Justin play?
I don't think he did.
Oh,
but
that's too bad.
I've always really. So who was there? So Color Me Bad. I don't know. Sister Sledge. We are family.
They were good.
And some family people came out. That was fun. Now, name the band that started rap. It is this band that put rap on the map.
Can I say?
Happened in 1979, 1980. Put rap on the map. And that's right, Ted Newkirk. Sugar Hill Gang.
That's right.
Said a hip, hop, a hibbit to the hibbit, a hip, hip, a rockin' you don't stop, a rockin' to the bang, bang, boogie sit up, jump,
And that
the boogie to the
guy's
rhythm
mom
of
had
the
just
boogie
passed
to beat.
away a
You
couple
just
of days.
interrupted me. Now, is anybody going to complain that you just interrupted me? Everybody complains that I interrupt you.
You were just rapping.
Now, what you hear is not a test. I'm rocking to the beat.
Are you just wanting to have...
Me, the
You
groove,
just want to be
and all my
rapping?
friends? Try to move your feet. You ever gone over to a friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good? Anyways, they were there, and they played Rapper's Delight. It was huge. I loved it.
It was great.
But who was one of my favorite bands to watch of all time is Earth, Wind, and Fire. And the reason why, first of all, they've been around forever. And
they're big.
they're a big band, but the bass player, and I don't know the name of the bass player, but he's been there since the beginning. And
He's got some funk.
He is the happiest musician I have ever seen on stage. Real tall, thin black guy, wearing the jumpsuit that they've been wearing since the 70s. He's got the kind of a high forehead, long dread black hair.
Didn't he have fringe on his... I think he had fringe on his pants.
And he's dancing. He doesn't
And
sing,
smiling.
but he's dancing. And he's just popping and dancing. And he is so much fun to watch. It's like I would like to have his joy in everything that I do. Now, he may be miserable, but if he is, he's faking it.
Yeah, you sure can
Because
tell.
it is
He is
awesome
great.
blossom. So,
And that's another great band.
it was great fun. So it was really fun. How did we get there? It was free from the house seats, courtesy of Ira and our Roku renter, Marie. So it was a lot of fun.
It was. But
Thanks
we had to leave. We were exhausted.
Yeah. I mean, after a while, we're like, okay.
4 hours.
Brick House,
Over
baby.
4 hours.
Brick House. Dun, 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 dun,
I bet it
dun,
went for 5 hours
dun,
easily,
dun,
don't you
dun,
think?
She's a brick. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it went on forever. But it was fun. And Justin came out, and Wayne Brady came out, and Wayne did a bunch of comedy stuff.
He did a good little skit.
He did a bunch of improv songs, and it was very funny. And that Justin, I get why he's on your list. He's a talented little
He's
SOB.
a cutie patootie.
He's a cutie patootie. Anyway, so that was pretty cool. And so when he comes back next year, I will see him again if I can go for free. Other things in the news, I won't pay for it.
Well, next year it won't be Old School Jams. It'll be something else.
He's
had great acts.
Is it changed? Yeah, he's had all kinds of.
Rihanna,
Christina
Alicia Keys.
Aguilera was there.
That's
once.
She's on your list.
She is. She used to be on my list. She's not anymore.
Why?
She got crazy. She got a little.
You like crazy a little.
Yeah, but she's not fun crazy. I think Mila Kunis is probably fun crazy. Whee! Swinging from the ceiling, crazy. Christina Aguilera is just crazy, like squirrely eyes crazy. That's what I think. Other news here in Las Vegas, sad news kind of. Nevada gaming was down 6.1% in August.
I do not August is always slow because of the heat.
Well, here's why.
Why?
So in Nevada, we're down 6.1%. That's Nevada. Strip was down 9% in August, year over year. So why is that? Here's the answer. Baccarat. Baccarat was down 59%.
Why?
Well, I guess the folks over in China aren't playing. So that it drug down.
And that's the big
it's
that's
high
the
dollars.
big game,
Super
right?
high dollar. What it is, it's high value. So very, very, very big spends in Baccarat. I don't even know how to play that game. Do you know how to play Baccarat? That's what we should have had as a Baccarat tournament instead of a blackjack tournament. It would be like,
but nobody knows.
I quit. So Baccarat was down 59% here on the Strip. If you were to take Baccarat out, whoop, Baccarat. Okay, I think I'm saying it wrong. Baccarat. Being corrected in the live chat. They love me.
Trying to educate you.
If you take Baccarat out of that number, instead of being down 9%, we're actually up 4.7%.
Yeah, because I'll tell you, the Strip's been nuts.
So it has been nuts. It's been a huge up. We would think, but we never really know. It's busy. It seems like the last 9 or so months, it's been busy down
That's
there.
What I'm saying.
But it doesn't mean that they're spending any money. It
No,
just means that there are
true.
people down there. So there's no way of really knowing if they're making money or if they're just a bunch of people getting $35 rooms and they're eating.
It'd be interesting to see the vacancy rates and the room rates.
Yeah.
Average room
And somebody
rate.
was talking about vacancy rates as being good, upper 90%. I bet you Ted knows. Maybe we'll ask him that when we bring him on the air. So that's it. We hope that they get better at the Baccarat thing, and we hope that those Chinese folks come by and spend more money, because they should, because it's the right thing to do. And with that, why don't we do a little bit of this? Thank you very much.
Boy or girl? Boy or girl?
It's a follow-up by Curtis. So it's a guy. Again, this is the email part of the show. If a man or male species sends the email, I'll read it. If it's a female, then Melissa reads it. This is a follow-up from Curtis, from whom we heard from last week. Scott, he says, because it's to me.
Okay.
Thanks for reading my email and covering it on the show. That was great!
Oh my God!
Oh my God, I'm on the air! I can't believe I forgot to tell you my wife's name. Clearly what was happening right now is actually, she's listening to the show with me.
Oh no!
Now, and
That's
she whacked me when you said she would remain nameless.
Oh no! That's like winning the Oscar and not thanking your wife.
Yes, being read on our show is very much like winning the Oscar.
So does he want us to introduce her?
Especially since her name is Melissa.
Ah! That's awesome.
Not fun?
Yeah.
No kidding. Thanks for the info.
How could you forget that name?
I know. Thanks for the info on religion in schools. It's good to know that we're not like the Bible Belt here in Las Vegas versus where they are now. Thanks for the tips on the schools. We have been researching schools in the area using greatschools.net.
Oh.
So if you're looking for a school, I guess greatschools.net is the place to go,
That's
which has a lot of good information.
It's good to know.
We're driving out there next week, which would be probably this week now.
Wow.
We're driving out there next weekend for Melissa to start her new job.
Oh, congrats, Melissa. Driving out from where? Where are they from again?
They are not telling me where they're
Bible
from.
Belt. Like Georgia?
From Atlanta.
Oh, there you
Atlanta.
go.
Myself and
That'd
our
be a fun drive, don't you think?
It's a long drive. Myself and our 2 daughters will be moving out there later around Christmas time. We are very excited about getting out there. Keep up the great work. So there you go. That's it. That's the power of our show.
They could download our old episodes if they haven't listened to them. And
listen to them all the way across the...
We'll just
so by
be
the time
with you
they get
on your
here,
road trip.
By the time they get here, they'll be like, our best friends, Scott and Melissa. They said, and then they'll become stalkers.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to put out a restraining order on them.
Change our names.
Change our names. Move to, I don't know, Pahrump. Living in Pahrump podcast.
We're not moving to Pahrump.
Living in Pahrump podcast is up
We
and
changed
coming.
our names before we moved to
And
Pahrump.
that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the new Living in Pahrump podcast. That'll be the new show. It'll be one
Living
episode.
at State Line.
One episode, and the whole episode will basically being we live in Pahrump, and now we got to get the hell out because I can't go to the whorehouse. Melissa won't let me. None of those people are on my list.
No.
What is the criteria for the list? Can you just meet somebody and say, hey, I just met that person. I want them on my list.
Oh, no.
You have to have them on the list ahead of time.
And need to be famous.
How famous?
B-list and above.
Ah, interesting. So nobody here locally could be on the list. There is nobody here, no Las Vegas celebrity could be on the list.
Well, I
This
guess
is a
it
very
depends
interesting
on, I
question.
think it depends on how you would rate, Marie Osmond. Maybe
Well,
she's
see,
on your B list.
She could be. Now, see, she's famous. You know what? I'm 2 degrees separated from Marie Osmond.
That's what I'm saying, though. So maybe she's B list to you, and then you could put her on the list.
So
Holly Madison.
She doesn't do a thing for me.
I'm just listing some celebrities that live here.
All right, so we're gonna take.
What?
Somebody said a local celebrity who's pretty well known here. She plays in a band, ZB. And Ted says, too much trouble. Like you might be right.
And crossing the line.
And crossing the line of taste and class. All right, we're going to take a quick break here, and then we're going to hear from he who calls himself Ted. Bum, 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 bum. In a little segment we call Ted's Tourist Tips and Insiders Inside. But first, this commercial timeout. Yes, who's coming to AM 1400 KSHP? It's all the great shows from the Vegas Video Network. Join us on Fridays from 6 to 10 p.m. to get the best insider news and expert views about entertainment and comedy, cocktails and fine dining, living in Las Vegas, the real estate market, golf, and sports betting. Visit VegasVideoNetwork.com and KSHP.com for more information, and join us on Fridays from 6 to 10 p.m. for the Vegas Video Network Friday Night Features. And we're back. Hello, everybody. And there's a good chance we might have he who is Ted.
Hello, Scott and Melissa. How are you?
Hey!
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, on the air right now. You know him. You love him. He may be on your list. Ted.
He's like a local celebrity.
Yes, he is a local celebrity.
You know,
baby.
I kind of wonder if we shouldn't put Ted's picture up there with us.
We should. Ted, could you send us a picture?
Not till we do my fit or fat over the next couple of months. How's that?
Fair enough. Anyways, Ted is the managing guru over at Access. What's your title, Ted? Founder?
I'm the founder, but basically I go by CEO and managing editor because I'm still the guy that when all the information comes in, I sort through it all, go through it, figure out what people want to hear about, and we go from there.
There you go. So that's accessvegas.com. Again, accessvegas.com. Go check it out. All right, Ted, baby, let's hear your tourist tip. Yes, what?
Hey, before I get into stuff, I want to say thanks for the invite to the anniversary party. It was awesome. It was fun. Love to see how the network's growing, and happy anniversary on the company.
Thank you. And
that's so nice.
And by the way, on behalf of all the other players there, thanks for going out early in the blackjack.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. Briefly, I used to play some tournament blackjack back in the day, and I'm only going to blame the fact I got down early, had to make a couple of aggressive moves, and because Scott colored the chips the wrong way, I didn't know how much money I had.
Oh my God! There was a sign above all the tables that said what color it was. So please, it's a poor man who blames his tools.
I know, because I took one of those signs home.
Did you really?
Yes. Anyway.
Oh, my God. Did you know that?
No, he's probably going to scan it in and give me crap about it on his next newsletter. By the way, these colors are not correct.
I'm going to bring it back to show you how wrong you were with all the chip colors. Anyway.
That's nice.
Let's get into what's going on. The new Margaritaville Casino just opened. It's definitely worth checking out.
Oh.
Even if you don't like Jimmy Buffett, it's cool, it's intimate, it's completely different from most of the other casinos in the area. One of the interesting things about it, it has this really nice elevated center bar with no video poker at it, which is almost a first for a main casino bar.
Yeah.
I just want to know, who could not like Jimmy Buffett?
Oh, I mean, I love Jimmy Buffett. I hate either through download or purchase. I have all of his albums from way back. But here's my deal. Even if you just want to kick back and you want to change a pace, the whole kind of beachy nautical theme just gives it a really cool vibe. And like I say, the way they set it up, it's airy feeling, but it's intimate. So it's just a really comfortable place to be.
Was it busy?
Yes, absolutely. Was there on a Monday night, the Monday after they opened at 6 p.m., which is like kind of a dead time for a lot of things.
Yeah.
And the tables were pretty full. The bar was jammed. Of course, Monday Night Football was on, but people were just sitting around and having a good time at the bar. But yeah, as far as the gaming in it goes, let's just say Jimmy Buffett, he has 4 or 5 airplanes. He's going to be able to put jet fuel in all of those for a long time to come.
That's really cool, though.
How large is it?
It's ironically not very large. It fits in the space between the normal Flamingo casino and the Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville, the restaurant and the gift shop. So what used to be that walkway there, and then what used to be the steakhouse, they just knocked all that out, and they filled it up with this new casino.
Very cool.
We'll have to go check that out.
Did you check pricing?
Yeah, you mean as far as drinks? Table games, what?
Drinks.
No, wasn't drinking that afternoon yet.
Yes.
Wasn't pulling the old Zoe Boy Chris Phillips there. But speaking of drinking, here's what they got going on. In fact, they just started this today. They are right now working on, got to get this straight, breaking the record for the largest margarita in the world.
Oh, yes.
8,500 gallons. It's going to take them from now until the 14th to get this thing done. I got too many numbers to read.
How are they doing that?
That's about
hundreds of gallons are going into this thing, and it's going to be 30 feet tall when it's done.
So in other words, they're going to bring it over to the Vegas Video Network, and we'll blow through that in about a week.
Yeah.
Just bring it over to the
Saturday
Whitney
night
pool.
We could have done 2 of them.
Yeah, we'll blow through that in a week.
Do they just have like bartenders just making margaritas all day and dumping them in there?
Well, no, they're actually taking gallons and gallons of tequila and triple sec, and I got the list in front of me. 708 gallons of triple sec, 2,100 gallons of Margaritaville Gold tequila, et cetera, et cetera. Here's the bottom line, though. It's going to end up making over 181,000 margaritas, and from the 15th through the 23rd, or as long as this thing lasts, you can go buy a margarita from this margarita.
Oh, I was hoping they're going to give them away.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice if they did, although the cost on that thing they probably got to recoup. Here's what it's in conjunction with. The 15th and the 22nd, Jimmy Buffett, I'll back up. Jimmy Buffett plays here every October. He plays 2 Saturdays in a row.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's playing the 15th and he's playing the 22nd. The 15th is going to be the official opening of the Margaritaville Casino, and that whole area between Margaritaville and O'Shea's, yeah, I had to get my bearings there, is going to be turned into a big street party starting at 11 o'clock both days.
Oh, no kidding.
That's cool.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's cool. That's great. That's very cool.
Yeah, I've been to the various street parties they've had there for Cinco de Mayo and a lot of other events, and they're really worth going. There's no admission to get in. They have live music all day long, so whether you're a Jimmy Buffett fan or whether you're going to be in town or you live here, you're just looking for a good, good October afternoon party, definitely worth checking out.
Awesome. What else you got, brother?
Here's what we got. We're going to go quickly through some drink specials, because here's the deal. People are always saying the Strip has gotten so expensive and everything's gotten so expensive.
Yep.
So I'm going to tread a little bit on pub crawls territory, with all due respect to them. Wednesday night, great show. I just called to confirm this. PBR Rock Bar, which sits right on the Strip, they're in the Planet Hollywood, does every single day from 3 to 7 p.m. and then midnight to 4 a.m., which is, midnight on. They do $20 bottomless draft beer.
Wow.
And here's the cool thing about that. Where most people live, you think, well, for $20 I could buy, 4 or 5 bottles of beer at my local bar. But remember, this is a bar that's right on the Strip with Strip pricing. So you go in there and, you sit yourself down maybe for some early Monday night football or some late night action. It's easy to drink $20 worth of beer. So $20 all you can get.
Absolutely.
Hey, before we forget, do you have any insight on the vacancy rate of hotels? Jackie just asked.
Yeah, I made a note of it. Let's get to it when I get through with the liquor here so I don't lose a train of thought.
Good.
Remember, you're the pro. I'm new to this.
Yeah, you sound very good right now.
The other all-you-can-drink special, 5 to 9 in the middle bar at Stratosphere. $20, same kind of thing, $19.99. It'll get you bottomless margaritas, martinis, or draft beer.
That is a good deal.
And we've been there. Yeah. We've been there before, by the way.
Yeah, I think you have brought it up before. Just wanted to remind the people.
It's
and the nice thing about that 4-hour span is, you go have a couple martinis, then go get something to eat, then go see the tower, then, come down and keep drinking.
Right.
That's my Ted.
He's got a whole day planned for you.
Attaboy, brother.
That's how you plan the Vegas Strip day. As far as cheap stuff, I can't emphasize this enough. Right in the center of the Strip is O'Shea's. Yep. They have $1 frozen margaritas, $1 Michelob lagers, and their well drinks are dirt cheap, and they do a heavy pour. I was in there, a week ago, and I got the $1 Michelob, and I got a shot of VO, it's Canadian blended whiskey, for a total of $4 for an oversized shot of a mid-level whiskey and a beer.
Nice.
That's a good deal.
Nice.
Right there on the Strip.
There you go.
And then a couple final ones downtown also have some good deals. 5 to 7 p.m. at the El Cortez every day is 2-for-1 martinis. Any kind of martini, only martinis.
There you go.
The Fremont Casino downtown, besides having some great normal liquor prices, has 24/7 $2 Corona and Heineken bottles.
Wow.
And you can hardly buy the 6-pack at the store for that when you think about it.
Right.
Yeah, that's cheap.
And then the Las Vegas Club has ongoing 24/7 a day. Now, it's Coors Light, and I'm not a big fan of light beer, but they have Coors Light and a hot dog 24/7 for $2. And once again, you can't even get that at 7-Eleven.
Where's
that's
Vegas
like
Club?
at Costco.
Where is that?
The Vegas Club is, exactly, Melissa. The Las Vegas Club is right across from the Plaza and Golden Gate. They're all just right there on the same corner.
Okay. Oh, right.
Wow.
Okay.
That is dirt
let's
cheap,
hit
$2.
that, but before I get into my insider insight, both the ADRs, that's your average daily room rate, and your occupancy are climbing. In fact, the average room rate right now, it's still not where it was at the Boom, but it's around $110 a night.
Is that both Strip and downtown, or is that just Strip?
No, that includes everything.
Okay.
So, but you got to remember, you've got Wynn and Bellagio's keeping their rates up. But see, you have things that average out. You got the $30 or $40 or less rooms downtown, but you've got people paying good money for some good rooms on the Strip. And the surprising thing about the occupancy, now it's not what it was during the Boom. It's still in the 80%, 87 or something like that. But when you consider that we've added in the past, year and a half, City Center, Cosmo, Tropicana, redone and reopened. The Plaza was shut down for a while. When you consider all the new stuff that's come online and all the glut of rooms we have, the fact that rate is rising is real. The occupancy rate is really something.
Hey, is there anything to the rumor that when it was really bad here, that for a casino to be able to say that their occupancy rate was high, that they would shut down entire floors and simply not count it?
There wasn't, man. You got to forgive me because offhand I'm not remembering. It wasn't a widespread practice, but a few properties did, and Binion's shut down their whole casino. And by the way, Binion's is right now seeking investors to come in and redo it so they can reopen it. No word on that yet, but as another kind of sign that things are definitely improving, and this news came out not too long ago, so some of you know it, Harrah's is finishing and reopening that big empty hotel tower they built, their Octopus Tower. They finished the shell of the thing, 2-3 years ago, maybe more. The glut hit, the financial crisis. So it was a shell, and they never finished the inside. And they're finishing that up, and the rooms are debuting after the first of the year.
Wow.
And these rooms are going, depending on, weekend, weekday, well over $200 a night, upwards of $450 on certain nights.
Okay.
Wow. And that's over at Caesars, right?
Yeah, that's the latest tower. It's the one back along Flamingo closest to the freeway.
Right. And to wrap up, your insider's insight, my brother.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna make this one quick. But one of the things we're talking about is the average age of the visitors we've discussed is 49 years old, and yet one of the biggest complaints we get, because my reading audience is like 35 years and up. I mean, it really hovers around that average. Is that it seems like Las Vegas has been completely going to the kids. And there's DJs everywhere,
right,
and all that. One hotel that people don't think about, and by the way, I don't have anything to do with them, it's certainly not a paid ad. One hotel that's really bucked that is the Riviera, and I know some people think the Riviera is kind of old and stodgy, but the reality is, just 3 years ago, the Riviera redid all their rooms. We're getting some really nice, our readers are saying some really nice things about it. They've reopened and or upgraded all their restaurants, their pool area. They've made a point not to have a DJ doing the thumpy scratch stuff all day.
Thumpy scratch, nice.
Even just for fun, they opened up the only bingo on the strip for those that are into bingo, and obviously they're not targeting 23-year-olds with that. So one of the things that's happening is there are people who have been loyal to like Wynn and Encore for a while, who are getting so tired of the Jersey Shore thing that their nightclub brought in that they're looking for other places to go. Now, I'm not suggesting a Wynn visitor go to the Riviera. It's still a mid-level property. But if you're a mid-level player and stayer, and you're frustrated that your property has kind of started to become overrun with the whole DJ thing and with the whole trying to appeal to the 25-year-old thing, the Riviera is working super hard. They've refurbished everything. It's an adult property. They've made it really nice for the mid-level person, and it's well worth checking out.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, big hand for the impressively educated Ted Newkirk, everybody. Thank you, Ted.
Good job.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right,
take care, guys.
Week.
Great info. Thanks, Ted.
There he is, Ted Newkirk. Yeah, he's a font.
He knows stuff.
He's a font of wealth.
He is.
That was awesome. All right, and that wraps up.
I kind of want to go check out Riviera
I
now.
kind of do. It's right next to our studio, so I should literally, I can walk across the street and I can get to the Riviera.
Yeah, I think you should
It's funny because I've avoided it because it's considered. I've always thought of it as kind of an older, rundown property. I'm gonna have to go in there and
go check it out.
Buy a steak,
you and Jacob should walk over for
maybe
lunch.
get a shrimp, and then give you a big kiss and see if you're still
I think
healthy.
you should take Jacob over there for
see
lunch.
if I can find JT or somebody on your list and kill him. Oh, hey, Justin. Oh, that's a shame.
Baby.
I'm sorry
I
that
only
you
have
couldn't
eyes
live.
for you.
Yeah,
You
right.
know that.
And Justin and Clooney and all those freaks.
Don't be a hater.
Anyways, he's not on there anymore. Get off that. All right. That's it, everybody. Oh, that's so nice, but a little bit loud. Try it again. That's better. I like the song and all, but come on, for the love of God. That's it. That's it to be a big show, everybody. Thanks again for playing along. Again, if you guys want to reach out to us like Curtis did today, you can certainly do so on Air Q.
Curtis and Melissa.
Yeah, Curtis and Melissa. On Air Q at livinginlv.com. Again, on Air Q at livinginlv.com. Or you can check out our toll-free number at 866-966-4599. Thanks again to Ted Newkirk at Access Vegas for providing his insights and his tourist tips. And with that, don't forget to send your photos into our friends page. And I think that's about it. I think we've done all the damage we can do. Thanks for your folks on the live stream who kind of stuck with us through the internet access problem. And thank you, Cox Communication, for sucking in the middle of our show. Other than that, yeah, I guess we're not going to get a sponsorship with those guys.
Probably
Anyways,
not.
that's it. We'll see
Probably
you guys.
not.
We'll see you guys later. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Credits are happening. She's pretty hot. We're still working on him. Vegas Video Network. I like it.